Hai, so kita jumpa lagi. So untuk chapter 1 Malaysian law. So where is we stop just now? Kita stop dekat mana ya itu? CMA and CCA, right? Okay. So today we'll continue with the third act, which is Optical Disc Act 2000, or also known as Akta 606 Atra Cakra Optis 2000. Okay. So this is the cover, okay, of Akta Cakra Optik 2000, which is published by MDC Publishers Sdn Bhd. Ini bukan iklan berbayar. Okay. Alright, so what is the contents of Optical Disc Act 2000? So this act is actually a legislation in Malaysia. So it covers, okay, it regulates the productions, so any kinds of distribution, any kinds of sales of optical disc, CD. Okay, apa-apa saja production, apa-apa saja distribution ataupun sales, jualan of optical disc is actually under regulations of Optical Disc Act 2000. Okay, so the purpose of these optical disc acts is actually to combat any kinds of piracy, okay, any kinds of copyright infringements by imposing restrictions and licensing requirements on the optical disc industry. Okay, all right. So objective of this optical disc acts is actually, of course, to protect the rights and interests of users. Okay, so let's take a few sections under Optical Disc Act. So here we have section 4. Okay, so section 4, license to manufactures optical disc. Okay, so any persons who manufactures optical disc without, okay, tanpa a valid license under this act is actually commits an offence. Okay, so if you are going to manufacture or if are you going to distribute, okay, kalau you nak distribute, you are going to manufacture any kinds of optical disc, you have to have a license. You have to have a valid license. Okay, so if you obey, okay, if you are not obey to this section 4, okay, so you will be penalties. Okay, penalties lah, akan ada penalties. Okay, alright. And then we have section 5, unlicensed premises. Okay, you are trying to manufacture an optical disc. Okay, you nak keluarkan, okay, you nak keluarkan CD lagu, CD movie for example. Okay, and then you ada satu premise, you ada satu bangunan, okay, bangunan untuk you process all those optical disc, but your premise are not licensed. Okay, you punya premise tu unlicensed, tak ada license. Okay, so a licensee, okay, you ada license untuk manufacturing, tapi a licensee who manufactures optical disc in a place other than the licensed premises is also committed an offence. Okay, you keluarkan CD tu, you keluarkan optical disc di tempat yang yang tak ada license, okay, is considered as committing an offence, okay, under section 5, unlicensed premise. Okay, so we have the fourth act, which is Digital Signature Act, or also known as Akta 562. So this is the Akta, okay, published by MDC Publishers Sdn Bhd. So what is Digital Act? Okay, what's Digital Signature Act provides? Okay, so Digital Signature Act 1997 or Akta 562. So it provides a legal framework for the use of digital signature in Malaysia. Okay? It recognizes the use of digital signature in Malaysia. Okay, so itu Digital Signature Act. Okay, dia recognize any kinds of digital signature, but to allow ataupun control this usage of digital signature, there must be a CA ataupun a certification authorities yang control pengeluaran digital cert tu. Okay, so in Malaysia we have an organisation, okay, a CA ataupun certification authority yang recognize digital certificate, okay, in Malaysia, which is known as DigiCert. Okay, DigiCert. So DigiCert recognized as the first certification authority, ACA, for digital certificates in Malaysia. Okay, so this DigiCert is actually licensed by the government lah. Alright, dia yang diiktiraf oleh kerajaan Malaysia sebagai satu pihak yang akan mengeluarkan sijil digital di Malaysia, DigiCert. Okay, okay. Next act we have Telemedicine Act. Okay, Telemedicine Act, Akta 564. Okay, Akta Tele Perubatan. So first of all, you need to understand what is telemedicine. Apa tu telemedicine? Okay, so telemedicine is a medical practice. Okay, medical practice that uses audio, visuals, and data communications and does not limit to real time or spontaneous response, but does not mean practice that uses machine, faxes, or telephone. Okay, so telemedicine ni maksudnya any kinds of medical practice dia guna audio, okay, visual, data communication, tapi dia tak hadkan kepada real time punya communication. Dia tidak hadkan pada real time communication sahaja tak. Okay, tapi itu bukan bermaksud dia punya amalan tu adalah amalan yang menggunakan mesin, fax, telefon tak. Okay, so bila medical practices tu dia menggunakan audio, visual, data communication, okay, bukan just setakat real time ataupun spontaneous, even recording pun. So that's also considered as telemedicine. Okay, alright. So Telemedicine Act, okay, so what is this? Okay, what is Telemedicine Medicines Act 1997? So it is a legislation that governs the provisions of telemedicine services in Malaysia. Kita guna telemedicine ni untuk apa? Untuk remotely, okay, untuk jarak jauh, jarak jauh punya diagnose, jarak jauh punya treatment, or jarak jauh punya consultations by healthcare professional. Okay, so this act is actually allows doctors, allow others medical practitioner to use internet network, okay, to conduct medical operation remotely with their patients. Okay, all right. So let's take a look. One of the sections under Telemedicine Act 1997, which is section 3 bracket 1. Okay, full medical practitioner. Okay, full medical practitioner. There is a telemedicine certificate. Okay, there is a telemedicine certificate untuk full medical practitioner. Okay, untuk overseas medical practitioners, there is a telemedicine cert, okay, from Malaysian Medical Councils, and also they need to have a valid telemedicine certificate. Okay, pengamal perubatan penuh, okay, full medical practitioner, dia kena ada telemedicine certificate, baru dia dibenarkan untuk run telemedicine. Kalau dia tak ada telemedicine certificate untuk full medical practitioner, dia tak boleh run these kinds of telemedicine. Okay, untuk overseas punya medical practitioner, okay, dia kena ada telemedicine cert daripada Malaysian Medical Council, MMC, okay, Malaysian Medical Councils, dan juga dia kena ada valid telemedicine certificate juga untuk overseas. Kalau dia tak ada both ni untuk overseas medical practitioners, so they are not allowed to apply these telemedicine. Okay, alright. So the approval, okay, approval untuk telemedicine practice ni is actually from ataupun by Malaysian Director General of Medicine. Hanya Malaysian Director General of Medicine saja yang boleh approve, okay, the to practice telemedicine. Okay, kalau tak ada this kind of certificates, tak ada these kinds of approval from Malaysian Director General of Medicines, so you actually violate sections 3 kurungan 3 section 3 bracket 1, okay, where you can be convicted of a fine not exceeding 500 kRM or imprisonment for not more than 5 years or both. Okay, so ingat telemedicine ni bukan sembarang orang boleh buat. Okay, only the practitioners who have been approved by Malaysian Directors General of Medicine saja yang boleh apply these kinds of telemedicine. Okay, alright. And then we have sections 5, patient consent. Okay, before practicing telemedicine, written consent must be obtained from the patients. Okay, sebelum practitioners tu nak apply these telemedicines dengan dia punya patient, okay, there must be a written consent. Okay, kena ada satu surat persetujuan bertulis antara practitioners dan juga patients tu. Okay, yang menyatakan bahawa patients tu setuju untuk buat dia punya telemedicines. Kalau tak ada tu, okay, kalau tak ada, you have commit to the offences. Okay, so consent is not valid before informing the patient. Okay, right, risk, confidentiality, protection. Kita kena consider all these kinds of right, risk, and confidentiality protection. Okay, that's why there is a need of consent from the patients. Okay, alright. So if you violate, as usual, you maybe can be convicted of a fine not exceeding 500,000 K also lah, sama. Okay, alright. And then the sixth act, we have Electronic Commerce Act 2006, or also known as Akta 658. Okay, Akta 658. So E-Commerce Act. So what it is actually an important legislation. So this E-Commerce Act, it governs electronic commerce in Malaysia. Dia yang control e-commerce in Malaysia, where it provide a legal framework untuk any kinds of electronic transaction, electronic contract, electronic signatures, itu under electronic commerce, e-commerce Act 2006. Okay, so this law, okay, recognized in terms of transaction law. Okay, dia cover anything, okay, any kinds of electronic messages ke ataupun any kinds of commercial transaction yang menggunakan electronic message, okay, any kinds of transaction yang berlaku electronically is under Electronic Commerce Act. Okay, alright. And then we have Personal Data Protection Act 2010. So this act is actually protecting data, okay, personal data. Okay, any kinds of individuals data is actually legislated or regulated by PDPA, okay, Personal Data Protection Act. So it protects the privacy, it protects the personal information of individuals. Okay, and this act is enacted, okay, to regulate the processing of personal data in commercial transaction and also protect interests of data subjects. Okay, so this act applies to individuals dan juga organizations. Okay, so mana-mana organizations yang nak ambil data-data peribadi seseorang individu, dia mesti apply for this kind of act, PDPA. Okay, kalau tak ada PDPA license ni, So they have no right to gather all the individuals or personal data. Tak boleh. Okay. So I think that's all for this chapter 1. Okay, Malaysian's law. So should there be any questions, so feel free to WhatsApp me at my number. Right? So all the best and good luck for me. Alright? So see you in chapter 2. Alright, bye bye.